What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the first live stream of 2025. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. For those who are new, it's been a lot of new subscribers. For those who are new, my name is Ted and I talk bass. I'm a bass player based in New Orleans, but do a fair amount of traveling and have been in the bass game a long time. I was also a music educator for a very long time. And so, yeah, man, thanks for coming by the first live stream of 2025, right? 2025 has started off real crazy, but that ain't gonna stop us from doing what we do. What's up from Brazil? What's up? Hey, I'm gonna throw some information down in the chat that you guys can check out at your leisure. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, man. So first and foremost, I want to show some love to my SoCal folks. Man, 2025 is like, obviously, as you guys know, it was crazy down here in New Orleans with the Bourbon Street thing. And so it sounds so trite to say thoughts and prayers, but I want to say thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by all of these things and things that are just going on around the world. I hope that you guys are cool where you are. And man, let's get into it. We're going to analyze some grooves. I want to give a shout out to the good folks who help keep the lights on and help keep this show afloat. I meant to say that last year I went live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. CST. Now, just because my schedule and kind of keeping my headspace together, I'm going to do it twice a month. And so if you're a subscriber to the channel or follow me on social media, you'll get, updates of when that's going to be. We are going to be looking at how this groove works. Today, we're talking about Funky Miracle by The Meters. But let me shout out these sponsors. Number one, Songmaster Pro. That is the tool that I use for separating, getting stems and backing tracks. It's a great practice tool, in my opinion, the best practice tool for the practicing musician. So also Tom Play. Tom Play has got over 8,000 interactive tab and notation. If you want tab and notation, you want to be able to loop sections and all that, there's a link also in the comments. You can get that for 14 days free. And of course, my new venture, the Groove School, is open now. It's $9.99 a month. You get the stuff that I don't put on YouTube, some deeper dives, some challenges and things like that over at the Groove School. That is linked also in the comments that I just put down there. Try it out. You can get you a 10-day free trial. And yeah, that's on that. Let me talk about real quick some ways that you can support the channel. And I had the overlays all set up, and so the overlays are not showing, but we gonna fix that. One way that you can support is by super chats. And let me talk about super chats for just 1 second real quick. Super chats, if you have a tune that you want to be featured in this How This Groove Works, is there's a song that you've been like, man, I want to figure out what makes that thing what it is. Put your request, match your request with a super chat. And then what I will do is take that request, put it in a raffle, and then we wind it up, and then bring it back. Okay. And then we dissect that song. Also remember, deeper dives, all that stuff over at the Groove School. The higher your super chat, the more chances your song gets to come up. Another way that you can support if you're watching the replay is through the super thanks. You can watch the video and down below under the video, there's a little sign that says thanks, and you can do that. But check this out. You can also grab some merch. There's a merch tray below this video. You can check that out. You can buy your boy a cup of coffee. I'm going to let that simmer on the screen there for a second. You can hit that QR code. Otherwise, there's a link for that. buymeacoffee.com/TED Talks Base. So you can do all those things. So in the chat, man, I want to know where you guys are watching from. And also, what's your favorite all-time groove? What's the groove that you love? Excellent and Fleece. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to y'all. Welcome. Always, those are the homies. Always happy to see both of you cats. Listen, type in the chat where you are watching from, and also what's your all-time favorite groove. All right. Now, enough of that. Let's go on and start looking at Funky Miracle. I got a funny story about Funky Miracle. So I know I say this all the time, but it is really one of the most fun gigs I ever had. And that was playing with Zigaboo Modaliste. And what Zig would do, he would he was joking around he was joking around all the time, but he would say, how does this one go again? This usually was like the first song of the night. And he would say, how does one go again? I had a photo of it. But that is, that's actually what's going on in that photo right there. I'm showing y'all my notes and stuff. But that was at the Fillmore West. Let's see. How am I giving you guys all my notes and stuff? That's crazy work. There it is. I gotta have some notes to keep me on track. Let's just put it like that. Secondary display. So this tune is from 1969 off the Look a Pie Pie album. Of course, George Porter on bass. And what I thought it might be cool to do is let's listen to the drums and the bass and see what's going on, see how those things are interacting with each other. That's the A section. Let's just look at just the A section. And I want to just kind of peep the drums just a little bit. It's hard to hear the kick drum, but check this out. If I had to take out, I'm not a drummer, right? And I can't mouth all the parts, but what I feel and hear at the core of this drum groove two. I can't do that and count at the same time. So we're feeling, right? We got to feel the thing. Oh, I got to tell y'all too. It's kind of a top secret. Coinciding with Mardi Gras, I'm dropping Groove Gumbo, which is a course dedicated to New Orleans bass playing, New Orleans funk groove, R&B, Mardi Gras Indians, all that stuff. You'll know it'll be out very, very soon. You can there's a pre-sale. You get a few dollars off, but we'll talk more about that later. But coinciding with Mardi Gras this year. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just listen to that bass. George Porter on bass. Of course, Zigaboo Modaliste on drums. Going to loop that section. I started transcribing this, and this swing, this let's talk about this the harmony and shape of this. The harmony and the shape of this. All this old school funk stuff, man, is, you know what, I can't distill it down to that. But so much of it is this E minor pentatonic. So you Prince fans know. Name that tune. I mixed something up. Mixed a new song in there. So much funk lives in this box right here. E minor pentatonic. I was saying that I was transcribing this and in Sound Slice and getting the swing to be right. Bambi Simone, with a name like Bambi Simone, of course, you know, she's always there. Yep. Getting that swing right. That's why I be saying reading that tab and stuff, man, is like not always the thing to be doing, because it's not going to give you the feel. You know what I mean? You got to get the feel by listening and absorbing that music. I don't mean to sound like I'm, you know, all woo-woo and stuff, but that's the truth. That's the truth. So here's Andrew Collins says I have a question that has been burning me. There wasn't a bass line in When Doves Cry. What's the bass line he did? What bass line did he play? We'll have to talk about that another time, but I will tell you this. Let me say this real quick with regard to Prince and bass lines. I'm only going to segue on this just for a hot second. Prince's thought process, as I understand it, with bass was that bass, when he thought about bass, he thought about the frequency of bass. There's an article, an interview he did in Bass Player Magazine. I think it was Bass Player Magazine, 1999. He did guitar, bass player, and keyboard player. And he was saying, you know, there's bass in the song. It's in the frequency of the kick drum. Now, you know, Brown Mark played a bass line live, and every live version has a bass part in it. So, I don't remember right off the top of my head, but we're going to stay on the meters today. Remember, if you have a request for something to be broken down in this series of how this groove works, leave a super chat along with your request. Leave a super chat along with your request. All right, let's get back into it. I'm gonna play this now with just the drums, me and the drums. When I was playing in the band, I would I would sometimes do this. I would go, and check this out. That makes it, this, and that's the same note, but what a difference an octave makes, right? Oh, I gotta tell y'all, man. Right before I came over here, I need to take this off. Right before I came over here, y'all will never guess where I was. Y'all will never guess where I was. I was in, that's kind of tricky to do on a live stream. I was getting an MRI. Hey, let me tell you, that was a stressful situation, man, because I might be just a wee bit claustrophobic. Anyway, I have a tear in my shoulder. And then we go into the next part. So, how many parts of the song are there? There's that one. And then there's that's the second part. And then there's this breakdown where where they're trading. And I'm gonna show you that in just a second. But let's take the loop off here. Oh, we gotta talk about Leo's guitar part real quick. Check it. Now I'm gonna let you know something too. I'm gonna let you check this out. If y'all can hear this, I've always thought that there was actually another bass part in here. So just listen to this guitar real quick. I've always heard, or something to that effect. You hear it, or am I tripping? Also, listen to this part. That guitar part has not changed. This hard for cats to do these days, I tell you, to play the same thing multiple times. Am I tripping? Do y'all think there's an additional bass part happening in there? Let me play it again. Now I'm going to play with the regular bass line. I feel like there's an additional bass part that might have been there before. And, you know, given Brandon Cruz, so I'm not tripping. And I think that could possibly be like the recording techniques of the day. Maybe they recorded over something. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. That's not my wheelhouse. But I definitely hear. There's another bass part there. C section. Come on, man. Let's talk about that. I'll solo the bass and the guitar. I would also do this. So we're going from the minor third to the fourth to the octave, E. Our minor pentatonic shape. will sometimes do that. Like anybody cared. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Let's see what the drums are doing in this section. And if you have any questions related to this tune, comments related to this tune, any of that stuff, leave them in the comments. I'm here for it. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave some information for you guys down in the chat once again, because maybe if I star it, it'll get pent. Excuse me. I don't even know if the whole comment, got chosen. Whatever. Whoops. One of the cool things about Songmaster Pro is being able to loop sections, figure out sections. There's a phrase trainer on here, key trainer, really fantastic piece of software. Then we're back into our A section. And then we do that for 4. Then we're back into our intro. Let's listen real quick to Leo's guitar part. He does some cool stuff on this right here. Playing the same line along with Art Neville. No. Memphis, Tennessee. Boy, I love me some Memphis and love me some Nashville. What is the name of that barbecue spot? Cozy Corner? Is it Cozy Corner down there in Memphis? Boy, Cozy Corner. I like to go there when I'm in Memphis. I like to go to Cozy Corner right before they close and get those ribs that have been sitting in the thing. Not Moises. Seldom seen. Now, I don't know how many of you Leon Isaac Kennedy fans are in the house, but I get that reference. No, this is not Moises. This is Songmaster Pro. Seldom Seen was a character in the movie Penitentiary with Leon Isaac Kennedy back in the day. Y'all could pat me on the back for remembering that. That rhymed. Let's look at these trading solos. Okay. All right. Songmaster Pro is not marketed. Seldom Seen. It has not. There is a link, and it is an affiliate link below this video and also in the comments of this video. Songmaster Pro is not marketed as heavily as Moises, but if you are a practicing musician, a learning musician, and you want to do everything that Moises can do and then some, Songmaster Pro is the way to go. Unfortunately, there is no free trial of that, but it is well 100% worth it. The moment I downloaded this almost 8 or 9 months ago, I was like, oh yeah, this is the real deal. Married to Jane Kennedy. Ooh wee! Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Let's talk about this bass line. I'm trying to remember what I would do. I mean, I would do like little different things. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. So now we're switching from a minor pentatonic thing to a dominant 7 thing, right? E. You could turn that into a bass line. Something like that. For working bass players and learning bass players, keyboard players, guitar players, Songmaster Pro is the way to go. All day, all night, every day, and twice on Sundays. I love how all of Leo's parts sound like they all sound like chickens. His parts always sound like chickens to me. Again. There's our box. Root, 7, octave, right? And then we go to this major third thing. What's going on here? This other camera is bugging out. There we go. I'm telling y'all are not gonna want to miss the Groove Gumbo course. Nobody else has got anything out like that. The Groove Gumbo course dedicated to New Orleans bass playing. I feel like I'm a good dude to bring that to you. New Orleans native, played for many, many years with one of the greatest drummers on the planet, but an icon of New Orleans music. And also, I'm in the scene in New Orleans. I know this town. This is my life's, my blood in the 504. Anyway, I'm excited about bringing that course to you. Also, get your 10-day free trial of the Groove School. Link down there below. Okay, I just put out 2 pentatonic lessons on Groove School today as well. Pentatonic concepts that are pretty cool. So, yeah, man, we got 23 people in here and only like 19 likes, man. Hurt my feelings. Let's go back to this top groove right here. So, and I'm gonna tell you, make this my own real quick. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. So, anybody who knows me, you guys who are new to my channel, whatever, I am always, you got to learn bass or any other instrument the same way that you learned your first language, right? There's no better way to learn it. But then when you take this when you get this information, you have to then like find out what makes it tick. And that's the point of what we're doing here, right? It's finding out these ingredients and then being able to do something else with it. If I see I'm going to see other stuff in there where I can kind of just go off because I know like, you know, like to bake a cake, man, you need some eggs. That's a bad analogy because I ain't never baked a cake in my life. But I think you know what I'm talking about. So this is what I want to know, man. Don't just sit there watching me, watching you, watching me. I want to know. I want to know what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this groove? What are your thoughts on the meters? And just kind of like bring it full circle. In the drums, I think why this works so well is not that the bass is completely mirroring the drums. So really, the bass line, if we take just those three notes, right? It's not playing the only note that's like really married to the kick drum is the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby doo bop. Baby doo bop. Bop bop ba. We got that syncopation in there. Baby doo bop. Bop bop ba. Baby. So it's like they're you got a couple of people who are saying the same exact thing, and then other people are dancing around it, if that makes sense. You dig what I'm saying? So your bass line doesn't always have to be like married right there with the kick. So I'm taking the idea of that line and then turning it into something else completely original, just taking the spirit of that line. You know what I mean? I'm still a beginner. Learn to read. Look, you got to ask yourself, why do you want to read? I want you to really, really think about that. Listen, I don't have anything against reading. When I started reading music, stuff started opening up because I wanted to play in certain arenas and different things like that. So I don't mean arenas. I mean in different areas besides just like bars or whatever. I did musical theater for a very, very long time. Did a lot of sessions where I read. That's what I wanted to do. But like, what kid do you know learns to read before they talk? Not many, right? Not many at all. So I don't discourage you at all from reading, but oh yeah, Bill, I get what you're saying now, Bill. Still a beginner learning to read, having a blast. It's better than tabs. You're absolutely right. It is 100% better than tab. To me, learning how to read tab is the equivalent of learning how to read hieroglyphics, right? Like nobody's ever going to communicate with you in hieroglyphics. So it's almost a waste of time. It takes less time to learn how to read standard notation than it does to read tab. So let me just recap and tell you that the live streams this year are going to be twice a month. Again, they're going to be twice a month. We'll explore different tunes and see how they work. And I'm going to explore some more ballads as well. We got Tennessee Whiskey coming up in the next live. I've already planned that, and I planned that for very good reason. But ballads are a thing that I think there's not enough talk about in the YouTube space, or in the internet. We all see the fact, to me, the mark of a good musicians that I enjoy playing with are musicians that can play the simple stuff real good. Can you make, can you play ballads? Can you back up a singer? Can you sing and play yourself? Those are things I think we need to shed a little bit more light on in the YouTube space. So twice a month for the live streams. They won't always be an hour. We used to go an hour every week. I don't think all live streams need to be an hour. But it will happen twice a month. Remember to bring your super chats, bring your requests. If you're watching the replay, by all means, hit that, do all the things. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what just happened there? What just happened there? JB, thanks for the super chat. See, that's what I'm talking about. JB says, now this is a good point here. This is a good point. You know what? This is why we got the devil is a lie. This is why we got backup cameras, man. This is exactly why. Let's make sure it doesn't fall down. I'm telling you, man, I'm having so much fun with this. And sometimes it's gonna be pretty, and sometimes it ain't. JB says, I can play scales all day. I know no songs. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We have to learn songs and then come back and reverse engineer. JB, if you haven't done so already, man, I highly encourage you to go over and join the Groove School. New content over there every week. Turn that off. New content over there every week. And, Think about it like kicking it with your partner. Oh yeah, Cozy Corner is the shit. Cozy Corner, boy, I cannot go to Memphis without going to Cozy Corner. Y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm talking to Memphis Mike. Think about being a kid. That's all I gotta say. Think about being a kid. Think about being a kid. You don't know, there ain't a kid alive that waits until they go to kindergarten and somebody says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P before they start trying to have a conversation. Every kid on the planet is talking, is sharing ideas and things like that, right? As soon as they hear sound, they want to say something, right? This is no different. This is no different. But JB, I'm here. You know how we do over here. And we do it deeper. We do it better. We're doing it more over at the Groove School. And you can get to the Groove School if you go tedtalkspace.com, if you go tedtalkspace.net, if you go grooveschool.co, not .com, but grooveschool.co, you can get there that way. But we currently right now have a learn your notes on your neck challenge that's going on for 30 days. I think I'm going to take that challenge. I'm going to run it every month. I'm not sure yet. I want to see how it goes. Goes this 30 days and then refine it. You know what I'm saying? So doing it like that. Yeah, man. New Orleans, home of jazz and funk. I am, when I was coming up, I grew up in the Treme area and lived uptown for a short time. About 3 years when I was younger, but I moved to Treme when I was in the 6th grade and stayed there through high school. So went to school right on Durbany, right there by damn near under the overpass. But interestingly enough, I just had it wasn't until I moved to California that I had any idea of how special a place like New Orleans was. When I would, people would, where are you from? I'm from New Orleans. And their eyes would light up. And I'm like, I don't really get it. But then when I was away, I was like, oh, I get it. Like anything else. You know what I'm saying? You don't miss it till you're gone. But there was always, oh, you from Uptown? Uptown. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I used to stay on Adams Street. Bill Carter, 65, started too late. Nah, it ain't too late, man. It's not too late. I got a video coming out. I'm talking specifically about playing bass like in retirement. There's a lot of benefits to that. Y'all if y'all keep the conversation going, I'm gonna stay on for a few minutes. If you have any questions about Groove School, if you have any questions about tunes, about, funk is where I live, man. That's the music that 12th Ward, okay. That's the music that I love the most. But it was kind of hard to escape music in New Orleans. It was just always around, especially growing up in Treme. Right there, Orleans and Claiborne, and, it's like an epicenter for second lines and stuff like that. There's always brass bands and something going on. I grew up right behind the Carver Theater. Stuff like that. Holy moly! Adam says, greetings from Krakow, Poland. I'm gonna salute Adam. Adam, you're probably like the furthest away. Yeah, man, you got time now. And here's the thing: if you're older and you want to play bass, man, or any other instrument, you gotta pick it up. You know what that remind me of? Come on now, y'all. Yes, indeed. Kim, what's up, baby? Man, let me get out of here, y'all. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning into the first live stream of the year. Twice a month this year. But I hope to see you over at the Groove School. Hope to see you in that Groove Gumbo course when that drops. Join one of the challenges, the fretboard challenge, things like that. But stick with your boy. Keep coming around. Language first, man. Music is a language. Music is a language. All right, my friends. Groove first, groove hard, groove always. Peace. 2 fingers.